Hello everyone, we have here with us Dr. Navakanta Bhat, Professor, Center for Nanoscience and Engineering, IISc, and Dean Division of Interdisciplinary Sciences, IISc. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
We welcome you to Treat DM.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. So your lab has been working on developing indigenous diagnostic technology. How are this innovation helping to bridge the gap between accessibility and precision in diabetes monitoring across diverse population?
Yes, we have been developing a range of biomarkers at point of care for diabetes treatment management. This includes, for instance, glucose, HbA1c, and even hemoglobin, which is important because of anemia and which leads to many other complications, right? So it took a long while for us to come up with the concept all the way to clinical trials and manufacturing at scale. But now we have capability through our IISc startup, Pachod Healthcare, which is able to manufacture at a very large scale, something like 2 crore tests a month, which is now used in 17 states, and some NGOs are using it in remote villages where diagnostics would not have reached. So that is the power of low-cost point-of-care diagnostics in terms of bridging the affordability gap.
Since we are talking about affordability and accessibility, what do you think are the major key hurdles in translating sensor research into reliable, user-friendly product that can be developed in clinics, and how can academia and industry work together to overcome? And how effective do you think platforms like 3DM are in fostering a collaborative approach in advancing healthcare?
Yeah, in terms of the sensor, transferring them from research to product, there is a long runway that needs to be covered. It is starting from firstly clinical trials, because you may make a sensor and in the lab and do it and 1 or 2 small numbers and make a demonstration. But that's not good enough. In the field, in the clinic, there are all kinds of patients with different kind of cross-interfering molecules, right? So you need to work very closely with clinicians to conduct these large-scale clinical trials. So this is where the conference like Treat DM will play a very important role by bringing clinicians and the innovators together. And once you do that proof of concept, not in the lab, but at large scale through clinical trials, then the innovation and industry startups will come forward, to take it to the commercialization phase.
Yeah. I was very fascinated with nanoscience. What do you think working in nanoscience makes it different or exciting rather than working in traditional engineering?
Well, nanoscience is also like any other science, except that we have the capability to really go down to extremely small scale. Just to give you a context, our building block of human life, or any life for that matter, is DNA, which is about 5 nanometer. In nanoscience and nanotechnology, I can actually go down to this scale, right? That is where I get new knobs, new techniques to manipulate matter at the building block level, right? That's where it becomes very fascinating. Yeah.
So finally, what advice would you give for young engineers and research who are passionate about applying technology to improve health outcomes?
Well, for young scientists and young engineers, there's a lot of things that are waiting to be done, and sky is the limit in my opinion, but you need to stay curious. You have to be perseverant, right? Because you can't really convert an idea into a product overnight, right? Stay with your idea for a very long time and success will come to you.
Thank you so much for your valuable insights, sir.
You're
I
very
really
welcome.
enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.